I thank the gentleman for yielding. I rise in support of the Department of Defense and further Continuing Appropriations Act. This one-week continuing resolution will fully fund the Department of Defense for the remainder of the fiscal year and reduce government spending by $12 billion, and it is worthy of the support of every member of Congress. Look, no one wants a government shutdown. But if we don't take a stand for fiscal discipline in Washington, D.C., we're going to shut down the future for our children and grandchildren.
The gentleman yield.
I respectfully will not. To be honest with you, I'm frustrated that we're here again with another stopgap measure. I'm frustrated that liberals in the Senate continue to resist efforts to accept even modest budget cuts in this year's budget. We're talking about a 2% reduction in this year's budget. That's unacceptable to the liberals down the hallway. It seems like liberals in the Senate would rather shut the government down than accept a 2% cut in the federal budget. It seems like liberals in the Senate would rather shut the government down so they can continue to borrow money from China to fund the largest abortion provider in America. But in this moment, I'm going to support this resolution because the troops come first. We cannot put fiscal battles ahead of support for those who are currently engaged in America's real battles. CR reaffirms our commitment to our troops. It fully funds DoD for the balance of the year, and it reaffirms our commitment to our most cherished ally, Israel, during these uncertain days. Now, earlier this week, Senator Harry Reid said the biggest gap in negotiations is between Republicans and Republicans. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. The biggest gap in these negotiations over a possible government shutdown are between liberals here in Washington, D.C. and the American people. That's where the gaps lie. The American people want to restore fiscal discipline and provide for the common defense, and they know we can do it. Today, Senator Reid took to the floor of the Senate and called this very resolution, quote, a surefire way to shut down the government. And astonishingly, the Commander-in-Chief has threatened to veto a bill that would fund our troops at a time of war. Astonishing. Well, look, we're going to pass this continuing resolution. We are going to fund our troops in harm's way and stationed all across the world and all across this nation. And if Democrats here in Washington would rather play political games and shut down the government than support our troops, defend our treasury, and respect our values, then I say shut it down. And I'm certain the American people are going to know who to blame.
The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.